would have the ability and the courage to do the right thing. And that means moving against the train, moving against those people that have held this country down. There are consequences. But again, like I said, life is not in the hands of any man. It's in the hands of the Almighty. They could actually succeed. But the structure of corruption, the structure of parochialism, the structure of ethnicity and religious bigotry can only be destroyed when people of courage decide to do the right thing by the country.
So doing the right thing, no matter whose ox is God, is key here. Well, thank you for coming on. Chike Chude, public affairs analyst. We'll be back in just a moment here. Please join us again.
Hi, it's your girl WAJEYJ, and I have great news for you. Your girl has definitely moved up in life, you know. I have moved to greener pastures. Yes, I'm with Glow 100%.
Enjoy the widest nationwide coverage, high-speed internet, and a wide range of products and value-added services at the best rates ever.
So, don't miss out. Let's go Glow.
Support. Visit any Glow World shop, Glow Zone, or any Glow Watering Center. Glow Unlimited.
Well, Professor Femi Otubanjo joins us now. He's a political scientist. Thank you for coming on this morning, Prof.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, eventually, yes, it's been declared taking the bull by the horn. Some have described it. But at the end of the day, we're hearing lots of comments. And some of our analysts here just, unfortunately, when they mention politics, it's not complimentary. Because they think that the right things have got to be done. But first and foremost, give us your perspective on this declaration.
Well, first and foremost, I think that it was long overdue. The northeastern part of the country, particularly Yobe and Borno State, were beginning to regress into anarchy. And it was obvious that something had to be done. Initially, it was thought that you could do it through amnesty, that by conceding to the insurgents and ensuring that they were accommodated within the system. But it appeared that even talking about amnesty spurred them into greater violence and bloodier violence. We understand that in fact now they are using heavier weapons, including anti-aircraft guns, to fight. So government that offered tried to accommodate because of the people, the ordinary people in the area who for 2-3 years have suffered tremendously from the violence in the area, suffered in every respect, social dislocation, collapse of businesses, deaths, maiming, and so on. So, but it seems that the insurgents were beginning to think that government was weak and decided to up the ante. Government also had to respond. And I think the response is appropriate. We need to give the world the impression that we are doing something. I don't even know what alternative government had than to declare a state of emergency, given the sudden upsurge in violence, which was beginning to give the impression that government was going to be unable to do something about it.
What do you think about the parts where the governors were allowed to continue, because there are different shades of opinion on that one?
Yeah, because part of the problem of our country is that sometimes we get wind on the wrong things. It is not in the Constitution anywhere where it says that governors have to go. Indeed, there's a section of it that says that governors themselves can invite a state of emergency by declaration of their houses of assembly. So it is not part of a declaration of emergency to remove governors from office. It is not necessarily so, and the Constitution does not say so. What we have had really under those who have used it is what we might call martial law, in which you now impose a total military rule. Emergency can be declared, even with the president sitting. You can declare a state of emergency. Obama declared state of emergency because of hurricane and so on. In some states, presidents in America do that as a way of responding effectively and quickly to a situation. So it is not a necessity, and it is not in the Constitution that governors have to go.
You know, though it's not in the Constitution, why some still argue that perhaps they should have actually been excused is because of the main reason that once the presidency had declared amnesty in some local governments, in some of those states, to recall, and they didn't quite have any kind of effect at the end of the day.
Yeah, but you see, the governors are not Boko Haram. They are not insurgents. Why do you want to punish them? They have been cooperating with the federal government. If President Jonathan had removed them, people will still argue that there's mischief, there's political. Don't forget that two governors there are AFDP, and Governor Yako is not a roaring supporter of Jonathan as well. The president could have taken advantage of that to deal with them, but he didn't do that. So we have to credit him for not taking political advantage. The ANPP is part of the new APC. So the president could have taken advantage. He did not, because he knew that he was not fighting the government. He's not fighting the people. He needs the support of the people. He needs the governors to be in place to be able to help in mobilizing the people on the side of government. So why do you want to remove them?
Do you think politics is part of this, or the root cause of this problem?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I was, in fact, only yesterday I was looking at debates at Sharif responding to articles claim that he had warned governors not to give weapons to these boys during politics, and that is the bottom line. At the end of the day, you equip boys to be able to win political advantage during the election period. At the end of the elections, you are not able to control it. First, you are not able to retrieve the guns. You are not able to keep those boys in the way you kept them during elections, because you cannot continue to pay them the kinds of money you are throwing out to win elections. It becomes a monster, Frankenstein monster. You create it, but you cannot control it.
Let me even bring in this perspective. I mean, you're an academic.
Yes.
I mean, we have people who have said, look, if academics or if people who have the right stuff up there allow all sorts of people going and say, no, there's thuggery there, I can't participate, this is what we get.
Yeah, you'll get that for a while. That is the nature. It is the hard people who are able to get into power in Nigeria. It's a very difficult environment. There are things you are expected to do that the decent, cultured, educated person will not do. I was hearing Suleiman when the other guy was on, talking about people being given motor parks to run. I mean, to run a motor park, you have to be ruthless, conscienceless, barbaric brute. I don't know. So you don't expect me to do that. I've been close to politics for a long time, and I know the people that I see there, and they know the things they expect you to do. And those are things that your education, your background, your religion may not allow you to do. So really,